back to Panic Butter. This is Tony. Glad to see you. I got a great one put together for you today. Sit back, enjoy. It's going to be good. It's going to be longer. Are you ready? Let's jump right into it. Here we go.
Look at these gigantic swords that would have to be used by something that's like a few hundred feet tall. An account called Unchained Actual sent me this video showing these gigantic swords. Now, I looked around trying to find any news articles of these findings and couldn't find them anywhere. But we do know the Smithsonian seems to swoop in and kind of cover things up. But this sword is public, and look at the size of this thing. It's got to be like 7 feet long, and it's made from the snout of a sea creature. Also, this sword was recently found in Japan, and it's 7 feet 9 inches long. This can be found as public record as well. And there are way more records of giant swords that are found and even on display in museums. Now, what about these? If these were real, do you think that they would make it public record? Do you think this is a leak? Or could it be just really good animation and AI? Let me know in the comments. Oh, and then of course there's the other angle that these were just art pieces that were made. But in that case, why hide it? Why cover it up? You know, just display it as an art piece. That really, really big sword, I mean, I don't even want to know the size of the creature that would have to hold that thing.
Yeah, the big question is it real? Was it real? What do you think? Kind of big, huh? Kind of huge. Who would have been able to hold that? If anybody. What do you think? Let's move on. What do we got up next? Here we go. Holy
This sheep could never have imagined soaring freely in the sky with an eagle, even experiencing a mid-air parachute drop. At this moment, the only thing on its mind is finding its mother and going home. Have you ever seen such an incredible video of an eagle capturing a large animal? Look at this adult eagle, weighing up to 27.5 pounds. It can lift prey 2.5 times its own weight, thanks to its powerful talons. In this case, the eagle easily grabs the antelope, carrying it through the air. Just as the antelope is enjoying the expansive view, the eagle releases its grip, giving the antelope an unexpected skydiving experience. The terror the antelope must feel is unimaginable. Eagles, as aerial predators, possess exceptional flying abilities, including high speed and excellent gliding skills. If a high-altitude dive isn't enough to kill its prey, the eagle will carry it up high and then drop it to finish the job, using only its strong talons. Imagine the surprise of the young lamb that one day found itself flying freely in the sky. How did this happen? The lamb and its mother were searching for water, navigating steep terrain when the lamb accidentally fell off a cliff into a deep gorge. The lamb's loud cries attracted a golden eagle, a master hunter. Once the eagle spots its prey, escape is nearly impossible. As the lamb pummeled down, the eagle swooped in and caught it. Using its intelligence and the terrain, the eagle repeatedly smashed the lamb against the rocks until it was incapacitated. This ensured the eagle a substantial meal. Today, the eagle enjoyed a free takeaway meal.
Holy crap. Is that some power or what? And everybody stands around and enjoys the sight of seeing it until it gets close and gets you. What do you think? Not good. Let's move on. Here we go.
This is a major update in regards to the October 13th potential unidentified aircraft that may or may not crash landed near Washington, D.C. You will want to watch this video. I finally have video evidence of this unidentified aircraft. This was captured by a TikTok user with the handle name of What's Next. His Ring camera records this at 9:42 p.m. on October 13th, 2024. He even sends this to the National Meteorite Reporting Agency, and they were able to verify that this was not a meteorite. It's moving too fast. They have no idea what it is. This was actually captured over Baltimore, Maryland, which actually coincides with the event that took place over multiple states and may have ended up crash landing near Washington, D.C. Again, there are still no confirmed reports of what actually happened on October 13th. Just eyewitness accounts and videos, and now we have this evidence. Take a look at this because this is really amazing. What is this? What did his ring camera capture? Tell me what you think.
What the? What was that? Huh. That's pretty interesting. What do you think it was? It was right there in Washington, D.C. Right in Maryland. Between there, over there, and around there. Here's some more. Did you get any on film? Look at this.
Part 2 of something landing in Washington, D.C., y'all. This guy was there and he saw everything. Check this out.
It's early in the morning on the U.S. Capitol grounds. And man, security and law enforcement is everywhere. Walk with me, look at this. What is going on?
So he notices that there's a lot of cop car, but yet it's quiet, like they're anticipating something. Like something must have happened in order for them to be this quiet.
It's quiet, as if they're waiting for something, expecting something, preparing for something.
And that's what everybody was saying. Once that loud boom went off, people heard sirens and then people heard helicopters. Let me show y'all what the helicopter was doing, y'all. So this is flight tracker. Here's the helicopter over here. Now notice that the planes are grounded, like the planes aren't moving. Granted, you know what I'm saying? But still, look at this helicopter flying around. And then it was circling the crash landing spot. It left the area over there and then went over here. As you can see, it's just circling it, y'all. I just thought it was weird that the helicopter was flying around in circles like that. But yeah, look at all these cops. Y'all are just standing around, just waiting for something.
Let's go around, look at them. Let's keep around, look at them. Let them see it. Let's go around with this.
Wow, see, look at all that. So anybody know what's going on, please let us know. We're trying to figure out. I'm waiting for an update. He's waiting for an update. So please let us know.
Something's going on. You have to do some research. I gotta see if there's a threat. If there's something big going on.
Do y'all remember the audio of the government whistleblower talking about the Sumerian gods returning? Check this out.
I've heard from people in the Pentagon that the buzzword in the secret of secrets in the Pentagon is the Sumerian gods are returning, and that's what they're referring to, that whole area. Wow.
Can you repeat that again, just in case anybody missed it?
Well, in the Pentagon, you know, the military circles that are in the know about the cover-up here, they kind of, in the tones, talk about the return of the Sumerian gods.
So yes, y'all, if anybody knows what's going on in DC, please let us know. And if I get an update, I'll let y'all know what's going on too. But this is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I am only raising awareness to interesting situations during this interesting times. Let's continue to get this shift, y'all. Peace in.
Oh yeah. What do you think about that? Going in circles, the rest of them are grounded. Something's up. What are they hiding? What do you think it is? Let me know. More interesting stuff from up there. Coming up. Here we go.
This is important. October 12th, 2024. There are now 3 videos here. 3 videos. I just filmed it flying over again. This is the same aircraft that flies over the nuclear power plant. It's on its way right now. Watch all 3 videos now. This is the same aircraft. It is some type of 4-dimensional projection in the sky. This is breaking news. You hear the airplane, right? Flying over my house right now, okay?
Now what is that?
Pulling it right in the center. I'll show you what this is. You still hear it going, right? It's not a 172. This is a 4-dimensional projection like I've been showing you, and that's what they're showing you right now. Okay? You will clearly see what's going to happen. You're already seeing it.
how it kind of jerks around and stuff. That's how we see it. That's like some type of field, which I can feel the field right now. That means they're close. Look. This is really weird, but I might drop the camera. There's a field going on right now. So I'm trying to turn my head all the way just to show you. I'm going to hold it until it. This is really neat. So as you see, that's not a 172. I will take photos and everything for you later, okay? Like I've been telling you. Alright? I'm going to tell you what it is. The object flying over is a Cessna 172. As you can see what's going on right now. What's the name of the park name? Woodstock? Yeah, Woodstock. Port St. Lucie. This is where I told you to go. Zoom in all the way. It's flying straight over. Now listen to it. You get the downward shift and everything else. But like I told you, you saw it there. It's the same. To anybody else, this would be a totally normal 172. Like I said, the downward shift really flies over as well. But look at it. Okay. So I had it centered the whole time, so you can slow it down and analyze it. It still looks legit. I can do that as well. I don't know how that works, but they allow me to do that. There you go. It's fuzzing out for you as well. I'm going to look at that. And then I'm going to take a picture. Oh, it's coming over here. Hold on. Maybe I can get it to come back. It's already caught. I'm going to take a picture for you real fast. And then I'll come right back. I don't want to lose the shot now. Jesus. Let me take a picture. I'm back. I took pictures. I don't know if it's still on the screen or not. Yes, it is. Alright, so they fuzzed out for you, meaning they showed you who they really are. They're doing it again, okay? I can't stress enough how important this is, okay? Please share this video, okay? They are here right now on display, Port St. Lucie, Florida. This is why, whatever the park is, I have pinned on top. They're here. You just saw that, okay? Thank you. Watch this aircraft. This is the Cessna 172 I'm telling you about. See it fuzzing out right now. Hang on. Oh. Port St. Lucie, Florida, October 12, 2024. This is a valid UFO. It is 8:31 p.m. Again, same aircraft I just showed you. This is not a 172 as it flies away. Taking pictures.
Huh, interesting. Crazy too. You probably have something like that outside of your house today, tonight, maybe even right now. Don't go out and look yet. Finish watching, then go look. That's how it's done. Here we go. What's up next? More interesting. That's just hovering right up there, huh? Is it a drone? It's taking pictures of something, tracking something, or somebody. Was it you? Oh yeah. Where are we at next? What is up here?
This is crazy. It's a fucking cloud with lights in it. Moving weird. I've never seen no shit like that. cloud got sparkly lights in it. I've never seen no shit like that. Moving weird.
Well, it don't look like a cloud, huh? Moving pretty good, that's for sure.
Now you see the sparkling lights in it. Never seen no shit like this in my life.
Huh, that was getting it. That was moving right across the sky there. A little faster than everything else. What do you think it was? You ever seen anything else like that? Lots going on. You know what it could be, though. The same project. You know the one. Here we go.
Here is another exclusive and downright unsettling trail cam video. It was originally highlighted towards the beginning of the year. A trail camera is facing towards a murky river to film the wildlife that roams the area. But extremely late this night it was set off, and what it captured will send chills down your spine.
What is that?
First, a tall, dark creature with red, piercing eyes emerges from beneath. It rises up and just stands there for about 10 seconds. Then it lowers itself and sinks back below the murky water. Then from here, a human arises. He seems disoriented, but he turns and walks away out of the water. It seems this trail camera captured a shape-shifting creature, changing forms into a human. The most common spirit associated with shape-shifting is the skinwalker, the supposed evil entity that takes on forms of wildlife and humans to try to blend in and disguise itself.
What do you think that was? That was pretty scary. Pretty spooky. Not something you want to see when you're out there creeping around, especially if you're alone. Not good. Where are we at next? Here we go.
Italy UFO crash confirmed by Grush and Elizondo had two giant alien bodies. The world has been astounded by the extraordinary revelations of military whistleblower David Grush, who has made astonishing claims about UFOs. In his compelling testimony, Grush claims that the United States government has recovered intact and partially intact vehicles of non-human origin. Given his credibility, these assertions mark the most significant and impactful claims made in decades. In the midst of it, according to the French paper Le Parisien, Grush states that the United States and its allies have been involved in secret programs for almost 90 years and reveals that one of the recovered craft was found in Italy in 1933. This UFO crash incident is said to have happened when Italy was under the rule of fascist Benito Mussolini. The claims regarding the UFO cover-up originate directly from the documents released from Mussolini's office. According to these documents, Mussolini went to great lengths to suppress witnesses and classified the unidentified craft as highly confidential. Mussolini prioritized the study of the craft, leading to the formation of a secretive organization comprised of Italy's most skilled engineers and scientists. According to Roberto Pinotti, an Italian journalist, writer, and UFO researcher, the alleged UFO crash occurred in Magenta, Lombardy, Italy on April 11, 1933, 14 years prior to the famous Roswell UFO incident in New Mexico. The crash involved a flying saucer-like object and triggered an investigation by a secretive wartime intelligence unit known as the Gabinetto RS 33 Inches, or RS 33 Cabinet, which was authorized by Italian dictator Benito Mussolini to study the phenomenon. Pinotti revealed in his book, UFO Contacts in Italy Volume 2, that the crashed UFO was stored in the hangars of SIAI Marchetti in Vergiate. While Mussolini believed the unconventional flying vehicle to be a secret weapon of France, Britain, or Germany, Senator Guglielmo Marconi, a head of the Italian Royal Academy of Sciences, purportedly considered it to be of extraterrestrial origin. Pinotti writes that between 1933 and 1940, there were numerous UFO sightings in Italy. These included an incident where an Italian fighter plane intercepted a UFO between Ravenna and Rome, as well as multiple UFO sighting over Mestre and Venice in August 1936. Mussolini's UFO files contain telegrams and reports related to the recovery of the UFO and subsequent investigations. They suggest that a secret commission, established by Mussolini and including fascist ministers Italo Balbo and Galeazzo Ciano, was responsible for studying the UFO phenomena in Italy. The files indicate that the commission was headed by Guglielmo Marconi. Pinotti also mentions the existence of drawings and documents authenticated by a forensic consultant, Dr. Antonio Garavaglia. These documents were released to the Italian media, including television networks and leading newspapers, attracting attention to the alleged UFO crash in Magenta. Journalist Christopher Sharp of Liberation Times did extensive research on the Italy crash and found that alongside the crashed UFO, two human-like bodies were allegedly recovered at the site in Lombardy, Italy, in 1933. The bodies described by Mr. Sharp sparked intrigue and speculation due to their unusual characteristics and alleged extraterrestrial origin. U.S. officials allegedly confirmed to the French biologist that the bodies were not human and were of extraterrestrial origin. After much hesitancy and many years, the biologist decided to tell his story, and his account was picked up by Stringfield. The bodies allegedly came from a UAP crash, according to Brophy's account, which occurred long before Roswell. They were apparently recovered in 1933, in Lombardy, Italy, where a mysterious craft had crashed. Overall, the accounts surrounding these bodies raise intriguing questions about the possibility of extraterrestrial life and its potential connection to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, making it a subject of interest and speculation among enthusiasts of unidentified aerial phenomena. Wright-Patterson Air Force Base was the location for various government UFO research projects, including Project Sign, Project Grudge, and Project Blue Book. Senator Barry Goldwater once requested access to a secret UFO room at the base but was denied by General Curtis Emerson LeMay, who reacted angrily.
That's pretty cool. Pretty interesting. Was it true? Is it real? What do you think? Can it be? And if it is, why are they hiding it? Let's move on. Here we go.
The reason why so many people were seeing UFO spacecrafts all of a sudden is because of this. We will make contact in 2024. They are just getting everyone mentally ready for it. I just came across a video of someone on an airplane recording a UFO right next to him. Then I found another video of someone walking in the woods, and guess what they seen? A UFO craft. This UFO was captured in South America. It's happening worldwide. It's not just UFOs people are seeing. These monoliths are popping up everywhere. These aliens are using these monoliths to watch everything we do. There was a Hollywood director by the name of Stanley Kubrick. He made this movie 2001 Space Odyssey, and he had a monolith inside of this movie. He tried to explain to the people that these aliens use these monoliths like it's a TV. Well, basically, this is a big ass flat screen TV that these aliens use to watch us on this planet. These aliens been on this planet for thousands of years. They were just hiding behind the scenes, but it's no more hiding. We will make physical contact with these life forms. A lot of us are walking around as star seeds, but don't even remember. Where do you think they got the movie Star Wars from? Star Wars, not a fake movie. They're trying to tell you what happened to us in the universe. It's so many of us that's walking around right now with no memory of our true identity. What if I told you you are a royal starseed? We have a royal bloodline, but it's been hidden from us. Everything will be exposed in 2024 when these aliens make their first contact with us. A lot of us are going to be so mind blown when we figure out who we really are. There's only so much I can say about this topic because TikTok is watching certain channels. As you can see, I was just banned with over 200,000 followers. If you want to know more about these topics, you can check out both of my ebooks, Shadows of the Matrix. The website is at the bottom of the screen.
Cool, huh? Everything's coming out. Is it real though? What do you think? Would anything freak you out these days? Thinking it's all fake or thinking it's all real? Let's move on. Here we go.
our program to bring you this important message.
Oh, this is a location to go check out. Alright. What? Whoa! Well, what's under that ice? Huh, that's pretty cool. Is it real though? Go there and check it out. Their coordinates are there. I did. It is there. Tell you ahead of time. Yeah, kind of crazy, huh? Let's move out to the woods though. Get off the ice. Here it is. Where is it? Well, where is he? Ah, I didn't see it very well. Did you? Looks like he's hiding behind the trees, behind the bushes. Is there more? I think there is. Let's get the rest of the information. Maybe this time we see him. Yeah, zoom in. Something's moving. Good blur factor. Love the blurriness, huh? Yeah. Oh, there he is. Not blurry anymore. Yeah, something was out there, huh? Something out there, and something was very large. Didn't make much noise though. Could have seen it better, but that's what it was. Have you ever heard of this one? This guy, they say, was from Venus. What?
Valiant Thor, flashback to the 1950s. Valiant Thor, a leader from Venus, arrived on Earth on March 16, 1957. Initially encountered by police in Alexandria, Virginia, Thor subsequently met with U.S. officials and presidents, marking the beginning of a mysterious and significant chapter in Earth's history. Harley A. Bird, a government insider, confirmed Valiant Thor's existence and his secretive work at the Pentagon during the winter of 1956 to 57. Byrd was involved in classifying UFO sightings and managing public relations around these extraordinary events. Following an urgent call from Alexandria police, Valiant Thor was brought to the Pentagon. There, he engaged in pivotal discussions with President Eisenhower and Vice President Nixon, focusing on global issues and offering extraterrestrial solutions. Valiant Thor's stay on Earth, lasting until 1960, unveils revelations that his race inhabited underground realms on Venus and other planets. He shared insights about forthcoming alien assistance for Earth and spoke of Christ's universal presence. Thor's ancient Earth visits, including his interventions to save human lives. She highlights a significant UFO sighting during President Truman's era, staged as a demonstration of extraterrestrial existence. On March 16, 1957, Thor's peaceful arrival and subsequent escort to meet President Eisenhower by police and defense officials is described. Vice President Nixon's involvement in these discussions underscores the event's importance. During his 3-year Pentagon stay, Thor lived in a furnished apartment, partook in a UFO convention, and collaborated with scientists on space-related medical projects. His proposal to assist humanity was, however, declined due to concerns over economic implications.
Interesting, huh? Was he real? Did it really happen? Was he a part of the government? Let me know. What do you think? What do you know? We have more. Oh yeah. There's more. You know there would be. Gotta have it all. Here we go.
Did you know that aliens have met with the President of the United States? There's one instance we're going to focus on in particular. It was March of 1957 in Alexandria, Virginia, and a police officer witnessed a UFO landing in a field. From this UFO emerged a tall white man who identified himself as Valiant Thor. Thor claimed to be sent by the High Council and asked the police officer if he could speak with the president. And here's where it starts to get interesting. Thor was taken to the Pentagon and granted VIP access for 3 years. Thor said that his objective was to issue his concerns of how humanity was evolving, and specifically he was concerned about our lust for nuclear weapons. Remember, this is 1957, so we're talking about the Cold War. Now this brings up so many questions. One of them is, did Thor ever meet with the President of the United States? Another question is what was his physical characteristics compared to human beings? And what planet was he from? Now I'm going to answer these questions and more in the next video.
Yeah, we need the answers. We need them. How about right now? Got the rest of it. Got part 2. Here it comes. What do you think? Was it even real? Could it have been possible? Let's find out right now.
Are you ready for the convo that happened between Eisenhower and the alien? First off, this is part 2. Part number 1 can be found here. Now that you've found part 1 and you're here for part 2, let's hear what they had to talk about.
Here we go.
Eisenhower's first interest was understanding where Thor came from, to which Thor responded with a cryptic message saying, "I come from the planet your Bible calls the morning star, or the evening star." Eisenhower questioned, "Venus?" Thor said, "Yes, sir." And as a great follow-up question, Eisenhower asked, "Can you prove this?" To which Thor countered with, "What do you constitute as proof?" To which Eisenhower said he didn't know. This baffles me a little bit because you would think that the spacecraft would prove this, but I guess it doesn't prove where he comes from. I guess it really only proves that he comes from a different planet. And as I was going through this, I found it super fascinating that the initials Eisenhower Thor spells out ET. But back to the intel. Thor also claimed that the Venusians lived inside Venus. Remember Randy Kramer saying that aliens lived in Mars? Could there be another planet?
What do you think? Could there? Sounds pretty cool, huh? Was it even real? That's the question. That's the question it always is. But here is the other side of that question. Is it the answer, though? Here we go.
The dude's name is Valiant Thor, and apparently he came to planet Earth and spoke to President Eisenhower.
A lot of you have asked me about Valiant Thor, and if you've bought into this story, you're not going to like how much you've been lied to. So let's take each claim from the top, and I'll show you the truth.
A federal marshal and chaplain who had top secret security clearance at the Pentagon, Dr. Frank Stranges, is introduced to an extraterrestrial being.
No, he wasn't. Frank Stranges was a con man. Stranges was a guy that went around and did conspiracy talks to church and UFO groups. He was not a doctor of anything. He used the good old "I have a theology degree" scam and got his academic credentials from unaccredited degree mills. He had also gotten in trouble with the FBI for claiming he was a federal marshal, which he was not. This is a document from the FBI Freedom of Information vault stating that they needed to go talk to him and tell him to knock it off, and that they thought he was a con man.
Stranges later goes public with the shocking allegations in his groundbreaking book.
Keep in mind that Stranges had been writing UFO books for over a decade before Stranger at the Pentagon came out, and he never thought to mention once that he was buddies with a UFO pilot.
Strange's account was backed up by Harley Byrd, the nephew of Admiral Richard E. Byrd, who worked for the Department of Defense from 1957 to 1963. Byrd was assigned to Project Blue Book.
Harley Byrd is another con man. He claims to have been a member of Project Blue Book, but I can't find any reference to him in the very publicly published official documents from Blue Book. His story about Valiant Thor also changed through the years. In his original booklet that told the story, he talks about an angel at the Pentagon. So was it an angel or an alien? I guess it's whatever served him in the moment. So let's take a look at some of the other things that Harley Byrd claimed. In this article from 1988, he claims that his supposed uncle, Admiral Richard Byrd, was downed by a UFO at the North Pole and taken to a Frank Lloyd Wright type building. There, a tribunal of 12 aliens, including 2 Sasquatches and a Neptunian people of green scaly skin with fish heads, said that Earthlings could not join the Intergalactic Council until they have achieved planetary peace. And to top it all off, he claims that on September 19, 1964, he was beamed from his car at Half Moon Bay into a spaceship manned by sheep-faced creatures from the planet Iarga. I don't know about you, but it's the Sasquatches that really sold that story for me.
Photographs have surfaced of Thor meeting with top officials, and no one has stepped forward to dispute them.
I'm disputing that shit right now, bitches. As for the supposed picture of Valiant Thor, the story again changed from the original book, where Valiant Thor had 2 other Venusians with him. The always lovely and seductive crew member Jill and his brother Don Thor. In honor of the tragically forgotten Don Thor, I'm wearing my Ninja Turtle shirt with Donatello. And crew member Jill, if you're out there, beam me up. I'd also like to draw everybody's attention to the claim that Thor was meeting with top officials. These are just people sitting in a crowd. There's absolutely no context for who they're sitting around or what the hell they're doing. And another fact that nobody's touched yet is that there was not 1, but 2 different Valiant Thors. Oh yes, everybody's favorite Dulce-based bullshit artist, Phil Schneider, claims this about Valiant Thor.
I have a picture of one of the aliens been working for the United States Pentagon for the last 58 years. His name is Valiant Thor. He's right here. Okay, this was in August of 1943. Now this guy has not changed 1 iota in 58 years. Started work, he came here, crashed here or whatever, whether he's under duress or not. He started work for our U.S. Navy and military operations in 1937, either 37 or 38 is what I've been told.
Keep in mind that Phil Schneider is the originator of much of what you hear about gray aliens and underground bases and Dulce base, but he was also a paranoid schizophrenic that was institutionalized because he used to self-mutilate. But we'll get into that in a future video. For now, I want you to pay attention to the fact that the story has changed drastically from Phil Schneider, who's claiming that Valiant Thor was a blonde guy that got here in the 1930s and stayed for over 50 years, to Frank Stranges, who claimed that he landed in 1957 and stayed for 3 years, and he looked curiously like the tall, dark, and handsome guy that played Klaatu in The Day the Earth Stood Still. I hope I've shown you that there's quite a few holes in the Valiant Thor story, and let's not forget that there was no proof that it actually happened in the first place, except a few misrepresented photos and the claims of people who are real bullshitters. Take all of this for what it is. I might be a damn good researcher, but I'm still just a dude in a Ninja Turtle shirt on the internet. As much as it might piss off all the other content creators, don't buy everything you hear on TikTok, hook, line, and sinker. Do your own research. If you'd like to start by reading Harley Byrd's original pamphlet, I'm going to make it available on my website. Check it out in the Documents and Resources section.
Oh yeah, if that's interested you, go check it out. Could the government have lied about that too? Oh no! That's not possible, is it? Never happens. Don't say it. Oh well, let's move on. Here we go.
The story behind the supposed reptilian city found under Los Angeles. When Warren Shufelt was inspecting near downtown Los Angeles for oil, gold and other minerals with a device of his invention, he accidentally stumbled upon a so-called underground reptilian city. What is true in the news about an underground reptilian city in Los Angeles? Well, in 1933, the engineer Warren Shufelt used a device invented by himself to take soil readings. Their target was oil, gold, or any kind of valuable material. However, from one moment to the next, the instrument began to show a series of voids under the ground. He quickly realized that it was a network of underground tunnels, so he wasted no time and drew a map of his find. Everything seemed to indicate that it had been built with a work plan, with rooms at every certain distance and warehouses that led to other tunnels. An underground city in Los Angeles? Shufelt deduced that some of the tunnels were up to 30 kilometers underground. At first, he thought they were ventilation pipes. However, he never thought that these tunnels connected to a much larger city, which was submerged under the Pacific Ocean thousands of years ago, during a terrible earthquake and subsequent floods. According to later investigations, the complex discovered by Shufelt was used as emergencies, with a capacity to house up to 5,000 individuals. The so-called reptilian city stored supplies of non-perishable plants used for food in insufficient quantities to feed the survivors, or at least until it was time to return to the surface. It also had a supposed complex where documents, artifacts, and ancient treasures would be kept. The engineer investigated the tunnel network on his own, which led him to meet a member of the Hopi, known as Chief Little Green Leaf, the legend of the lizard people. He commented on the existence of an ancient race of lizard people. The story went that about 5,000 years ago, a meteor shower fell on the west coast. A proof of this is the Winslow crater, north of Arizona. Thousands of people died that day. Miles of fertile land and forests were lost. An unprecedented catastrophe. The few survivors gathered on the west coast to come up with a plan and build safe areas. However, the sky sentinels appeared and indicated that it was time to return to the underground shelters. Thus, the lizard people closed the access tunnels, saving themselves from another meteor shower that swept the west coast this time. But despite having survived the catastrophe, the toxic gas leaked into the bunkers, causing them to perish. Digging for the city. Both men were convinced that this legend was real. If the information captured by Schufelt's device is added to that, all was said. On February 21, 1933, they got permission from the County Board of Supervisors for the excavation to begin. Any treasure found was to be 50% shared with the city of Los Angeles. Shufelt was convinced that the labyrinth was about 300 meters deep, so he could find the rooms of 2.5 square kilometers, where the most valuable treasures were hidden. The legend about this reptilian city tells how the rooms sheltered historical tables of gold. In them were important engravings on the origins of humanity. These boards were 1 meter long and 35 centimeters wide. Shufelt mapped out the ideal place to dig as his device had located the empty areas of the tunnels and dark areas where the gold was found. When the excavation began, the water had seeped into several tunnels, arriving to flood several rooms. The journey of both subjects had reached the media. In early February 1934, the first reports came out of the lost land of the lizard people. By that time, 100 meters had been dug in one of the 5 pits being dug at the same time. However, when there was more attention on the underground reptilian city, the project was stopped at any moment. The excavation was abandoned, and on March 5th, the pits were backfilled once more. Shufelt continued to reside in Los Angeles, passing away in November '57, leaving a legacy that, despite his continuous legal struggles, he could never continue.
Wow. Yeah, what do you think about that? Is it real though? If it is, what is more interesting? The tunnels or the lizard people? Or both? Kind of go hand in hand if it's there. What do you think?
Since my bell video did so well, it hit 3 million views. This is part 2 of what happened to other bell. This guy says the demons don't like certain frequencies, also I guess reptilians. And I'm going to be showing you guys through numbers how true this is, because we know men lie, women lie, numbers don't. And frequency and vibration runs our reality. It says, being in a state of helplessness, right? The bells, harmless to others, are a devastating weapon against the reptilian, rendering it unable to function or maintain its facade in the human world. Meaning a lot of your celebrities and TV anchors and politicians that you see will not be able to hold this certain type of form. The reptilian despises the sound of bells. The moment of the ringing, it begins instinctively running from the source as fast as it can. The sound is more than just a painful noise to the sensitive ears. It is a torment that cuts deep, each bell's unique frequency gnawing at its mind. The variations in pitch and tone drive the reptilians to the brink of insanity, triggering an obsessive response that it cannot control. This is why I showed y'all this scene over here. When Spider-Man rung the bell, the symbiote, the parasite, starts to come off of him. In the presence of bells, the creature becomes powerless, unable to maintain its human disguise. The energy required to shapeshift slips away with every chime, leaving it vulnerable and exposed. The ringing not only strips away its power, but also its sanity, reducing the once formidable being to a state of helplessness. The bells, harmless to others, are a devastating weapon against the reptilian, rendering it unable to function and maintain its facade in the world of humans. So remember, I told y'all they gathered over 170 bells and they destroyed them. Told you that it was due to the lack of metals, but that's a lie. They lie about everything. So y'all seen when Spider-Man hit that bell, that venom, that symbiote, that parasite started going crazy, right? Look at that. Parasite gives you 117 and church bells gives you 117. Literally telling y'all and showing y'all over here that this right here is a frequency that negates parasites. Not only that, you also have a parasite and reptilian gives you the same numbers, 117 and 171. These are the same numbers, just reversed. Again, this is why I showed y'all this video over here. This venom is the personification of the parasite, the reptilian mind. Because y'all gotta know, we live in a world full of illusions, and the people who running this illusion are the reptilians, the reptiles. This is why they changed the frequency of music and all that type of stuff. Y'all don't hear good music anymore, do y'all? Those golden days are gone because they have to make the environment friendly to them because they know, time is up. But yes, this is why reptilians do not like bells. Let me know what you guys think about this video. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I am only raising awareness to interesting situations during these interesting times. Women lie, men lie, numbers don't. I'll be showing y'all the proof with numbers. Let's get this shift, y'all. Peace in.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's interesting. Got one coming up on the bells. They are huge. And they're gone. Where'd they go? What do you think? Got one more. It's been good. Hit that subscribe button. Here we go.
Watch his eyes.
Yeah, that's not creepy, right? Oh yeah, that was cool, huh? Kind of follow you no matter where you walk around there. Hey, if you made it this far, thanks. Hit that subscribe button. Join me. Next time you'll be right back at the beginning of the next one. See ya.